A warm welcome back to the channel. There's an order cancellation to take a look at, and some pretty fascinating developments with Etihad Airways, and that's where I'd like to begin. The company is eyeing an expansion of its international network, with it set to offer more flights between Abu Dhabi and London Heathrow than ever before. Yes, if you thought there was already too many flights, well, that's set to actually increase. The carrier, which flies multiple times daily to London, is now eyeing further expansion, for which it believes will be able to see it meet growing demand levels. Thanks to a new filing, Etihad Airways requests a slot swap with the airport coordination, who are responsible for the northern summer schedule, and also handing out slots to airlines that request them. This can include new ones, but may also involve transfers. This, however, would be a swap, and it would involve the Abu Dhabi-based company taking on slots from American Airlines to expand its presence in London across a 6-month period, with these new flights to occur on a daily basis. Etihad Airways, however, more importantly, would look to utilize the A321 family, a massive move, and representing a shift away from what is typically seen between the two locations in wide-body aircraft. Under the application, the airline would look to operate the route as EY703704, with a view of flying from the 30th of March this year to almost the conclusion of the 2025 Northern Summer schedule, which sits on the 25th of October, again, if approved. Furthermore, the airline would take on American Airlines slots previously operated with the Boeing 777 and acting as AA178 that had late night departures and also arrivals. London has always represented a hugely important market for Etihad Airways, however that was undoubtedly emphasised following the conclusion of the COVID-19 pandemic. By the time the pandemic came to a close, Etihad realised it desperately needed to increase its capacity and turned to a previously ruled out type in the Airbus A380. The decision wasn't taken lightly, given that throughout the early 2020s, Etihad confirmed that the plane would not return and was not profitable. However, the importance of Heathrow and other markets brought back this plane as Etihad battled to source replacements due to supply chain issues. It was one of the many airlines that did return the plane back to service, with many daily flights and now a view to add another, even temporarily. It shows there's still more demand for this carrier to capture between the two locations. Furthermore, thanks to the airline's expansive global network that reaches many areas, while customers can now access more markets than just Abu Dhabi from London Heathrow by leveraging the geographical positioning of the Middle Eastern location to act as a crucial transit point. Meanwhile, next we have an order cancellation. As part of a revision to their order book, Air Algeria confirmed cancelling a pre-existing order for the high-capacity A350-1000 from Airbus in the middle of 2023. This is a company that announced it would purchase new Airbus wide-body planes in a bid to rebuild its fleet and achieve growth ambitions. Included in this deal was the A330neo, but also the A350-1000. Specifically, the airline had selected 7 new firm aircraft with the order, including 5 A330-900s and 2 of your A350-1000s. This combination was deemed the perfect mix to aid their future objectives. At the time, the airline stated that the planes would lower the fuel burn per seat by some 25%, and that there would be further operational benefits by moving towards the next generation aircraft. However, some 18 months after this initial contract was placed, the carrier made changes thanks to confirmation following Airbus publishing their orders and deliveries for December 2024 and therefore the entire calendar year. The spreadsheet reveals the company cancelled its commitment to the A350-1000 and thus removed the 2 orders for the high-capacity jet it had placed. The Aero Telegraph first caught wind of the change. In response to this specific order cancellation, don't worry, the airline isn't necessarily abandoning growth targets. In fact, it's actually just moved towards more of your A330neos, purchasing 3 additional units of the Dash 900. This was part, of course, of that initial deal signed at the beginning of June 2023. To combat the capacity loss that will occur removing the 350s from the order book, they believe the A330neo will play a really important pillar as their sole wide-body moving forward, and as part of the latest revision with the 3 additional A330-900s, the high-capacity member, well, now it reaches 8 planes in total, up from the 5. The order revision is actually listed as occurring on the 26th of December 2024, a bit of a late Christmas present if you will, where the 3 units were added to Airbus's backlog, and the revisions were noted down, where in total actually 4 A350-1000s were cancelled throughout the year, some of those being related to this story. While a loss to the A350-1000, it isn't uncommon for airlines to continue to analyse their order book after purchase and determine if a better fleet composition can be achieved. In this case, while not publicly stated by the carrier, the A350-1000 was deemed surplus to the requirements, with the A330neo presenting itself as a more optimal solution moving forward. That'll conclude today's aviation news recap. If you have any thoughts, you can let me know down below in the comments. Please take care, do also be safe, and I'll see you tomorrow for your next industry recap.
And we'll fly.